DLFM yen app no ene bio tuning app no so wo dan so be Google Play anasa App Store wo download wi na wa search DLFM 106.9 kase wonam so benya bi na wati edi amayen afi ye Facebook no eye adwuma YouTube ene TikTok ne nyina da eye DLFM 106.9 kase bo na ba na homfoni ene video sa wo do nyinam nam so a wo benya bi na wati edi amayen animrei ensem titram ebedi kase bro makotiri bi ene sem Ghana for Bekaya, June 3rd, at Yancham Cassiasi Ghana Hanama, Emra, Kwame Nkrumah Circle, Gwel filling station Honum, in Subani to Metoye, Emeja to Manipaba de Oho, and our Moshe Monkwa. A full pinanso, April Prime, make us in a young fish yet do. Nan seven atoja, Yedimuchemo, Ebesumanimre.
Ghana Water Limited for Ati a year board of directors or mobile share saying, Sia Didi Juma or my Imunun Sakraye Betimi Abim.
Omai emonyo ya kra ba ko pie mu oframantemu no kro ba ko edi adaso ewo eye podiave na kro no abeto dwa kire ma ewo katu south mensenem na emu mako dunum 15 ena nipa bia kotu eye mu de adwane kro ye de mo kire mo ebesim animre
Frank Davis eden sama betudwa HM ye OSP eyo foriata eya pomude ho nsama omode betu nanim se ne ho mfani nti otimi ba omani mu awapo no eya ade ho ntekra
oswafo no ena hwe omanga ya tena ye abode mu nyansepe ena afenso abefo kwan yefase di adwuma ne den ede Dr. Ibrahim Motala Mohammed ede smart dwe kiremi sem emara so say aban nwuma ahodombo omode hwehwem mapam kira research ana ankwankwadwuma be kabo mapoa no man yakoya nim titru efesikasem ene mpuntu emu
Penta bi adidi abrewa bi atam e wone bro no so o kirem oye benfu no nam so ama court atwena so ye pa
ensema no pina ka na beso me say o madwuma kasebo e wo DLFM 106.9 na ya ka mo say yankopo ya adoma on the 21st of June 2025 ebesi memenda enumle no nsia abapa ho semedua same kire 6:30 pm DLFM fia no say ahabe de papa be gura papa nya semkuma kwa ni nyina ne sem yam papa dade Lumba Charles Kojofosu ne nyumuto mo nya mfinhye na mako 35 eduasa num nti ye hye hofa abodwa data o DLFM nim ha no say ya enya semkuma kwa ne sem bobani abra na dwumade we no enya kra be hwe papa yankopo ya adoma September busum no so obenya mfinhye na eduasa ba kwa be ka ho nsem e de a kire obe ya kwa afi na woda no ye bedi no sa wo ya nkwankre adwuma ko pese obesu yasene na de Lumba fa dwumade na beso a mo de friend penifo ahomatrufo esu e na ji mu kire mu nyina e 0598 966736 0598 966736 and 0579 284181 0579 284181
Make am full Lumba super edi ama obi a oye nhyemude bi opensuo edi asom na ho we sanse ye dia fanfidie mu aso ne sokroje ye edi mani padua no na ye mpenifo ped o shankani onim tricycle ene ki achi nto ye shankani a obetimi afre mpenifo e wo 0555 274 757 and 0577 475 343 Tanso ana upiemu ewa dansuma ne important ma eye madama Benyameche epiemu wo hono ye so distributors owo aya adjacent Lumba sport aya pie to sle hono ma akwa obetimi enya Lumba supani bi ato ewa madama Benyameche nchen freno ewa 0557 349 401 0557 349 401 okwa yo fan sport washing bay hono mama Vic enso so ewo ho betimi anya Lumba supani bi etimi atofre mama Vic ewo 0500 680 783
Sanso na me kanfo DL Qualers Association wanom eyenkabomku a wata yem papa dade Lumba nenyomoto echi NFS radio station dia daso DLFM 106.9 ejumade nyina chi ne kuo ebi wa monone ene bi so omanganam ne mpenifo fe so mtetroma ko bam ne kuo no etumi etiatese tase omanganam nyina nti so wa monone se wo Ghana hanam a wo kon de se obeka DL Qualers Association ko no ho a frem mpenifo ahomatrufo eso e naji mo nchirimo efefiri wo no monchan 0538 865 393 0538 865 393 yesa ya homra ne se yemfa odobra ne nyina da yemfa odo emfa mo odom akenkafo esi peteprem ebeso manimre no edi ameje so ye takwade kwadwokrum twabe wode hye konkron Nhyiraba Kwadwo Sammy B ma hote den ene ehunsi ompone me ne me ho fa se
Adwoa Agyei Sikapa
ya da ya ho ya ba ya de kasebo ne chiri makasa ebeto aso ede asomo
DL News.
It's official. DLFM 106.9.
Yabamo akwaba tumrika ne hia yen e Facebook no to kasebo ne yemfa mu nkyeremu nyina da emfa ensomum yen hia kasebo na se a na nne nefua anase mfie mako edu ena to yentom a eto oman Ghana no esinka bo prematai mu a en yensuo ena afin so fango edi afra ewo kwame nkoma secretary emanipa mako oha eni aduonum 9 154 ena mu nyina da etumi hwe omon kwa wonka bo prematai mu a eno koya to ye nchema Ghana eha wo man yi pa na nka nyina kire mu sem eye fuel filling station bia eno wo kwame nkoma secretary ene ja eto mu ache se ne nya asem kuma mra na nsu atumi ato ne nipa bebre na pa bi do mo akotenti omukwa tena bia ya mpenifo to fango no omojetewa na mosa ye hu anse nsuo na to na yira fa bia ho de mu nyina na man nsuo ni yiri yepe ena du baabi no mu hu anse na esa na fuo no ayama abusu nti ejatumi to mu a ekofa ato yancham kase yetesa ede ba omaga nipa bebire na da etimi ehwere wono mu enkwa na mra nsuo ni toti yepe ena nipa hu se na nipa mu edda street team gatam ena ye ka hodo mu a na ateti ye pam na mra nsem wo yesi ye kiripe ena ban epa bedwokoso montena se nhwem mapa emfa de enti enam so ema to yenchem kese we no ebeto Ghana ne yehwe nhwem ahodo ebe ye beboa na sa to yenchem we no ebi entimi nsi oman Ghana mu biu ne mpenfo tena se nhwem edi ka beto dwa kire mu a eye golf station no mpenfo ye moden eye nhwehan saa emefu no ebufa so ena ka hu meja hye tumba mu kire mi se krachi bia ne den ede set kwasi ofosu ekotwe sigalet dot wisie kumo enoja bidu tu fama eka omejai etumi kwato fango echesene gwel fuel eye station nem emejai etumi to ho no ma etimi hiri pa bebro 150 ema fo franso be 150 nsu pra ne premo pra no na emu eden ye pam ne mpemfo hwem be dead same ejapade bebro mako enum fuel station ne ka ho bia ne nyina da ehye adan ne stores ka ho bi ena afin so ejapade bebo 1.65 million Ghana cedis ena ne nyina da etumi hwiri koya oman ye bo ka ye pam ne mpefo ne hyapagua kwama kire mu se enam de asie yinti odona obayi mu pa tie ka ne mu nyina da memu da ho yantam se be beboa na nsu oto a etumu mfa so na enyini fanfa de hye won kra prematem mu ebios mpefo ne hwem beto abonte kire mu a wamba maden etimi apaw sanitation aye police force aboa mamode omani de di oman Ghana efiachi aboa ma efin tumi ndore oman Ghana biu eno achi nso emprefo be ka kira Ghana for se woman hyepa aboa ma nhyehyɛ yadwuma na enwura sesa akoso oman yi mu se be beboa na efin ndore oman Ghana ye kese no sa na mana emprefo kan ye no wono ma de so anasa wonom entimi ende so nemna gya ne to Ghana man penin John de mane ekopie mu emodin semi sei edituja.
A lot of people have lost their lives. I'm at a loss of words to express how I feel. We'll have to take some measures to be able to avoid this happening in the future.
Enwachi enemre jane to ye nso. Anipa hudo be kopie mu ebo obna.
Hey, Charlie.
Empenifo say yedu amanfo so a na yaka yanom nti adehye bi nso omodo mani kotu awisie ehu ye o de esi ye ewo June 3rd atoyanchem kese eto o Ghana no omode homa dance die ede to die ensem trefo anim.
I was standing by the window there. The fire came from the left side, and the another one made it, and then it drew the iron gate down there. The whole building was shaking. I thought it was collapsed.
Okay, we're here and all of a sudden we heard boom, which means the block has broken. So we all went up. There's a certain girl in the room. Hey, just show. The wall came out and we saw that there's a fire behind.
Saturday, Manoban was a bram, Mamishi. It's a Tama Midzifia Cran, on an Amasam as a bram.
On an inform so more call a gramo. She ran 9 something of so much or cycle. So I can so since then, I say I try to 5 o'clock. The action is I you. I call it be a ban soon. I finished 37 or 18 years. Nyama Kosuahano. Mini hopes me whom me ban. There was so be a secret room. Won't me identify you better than
Then when we reached there, they told us they have to hold it tight before you can come out from the water.
It is what we call Class B fire. Class B fire is a fire which also has a liquefied fuel. No, it is a liquid fuel fire. And such fires, you need to apply a foam compound to blanket them.
On that fateful day, he sent pictures to Odona. And then he stayed there until evening when it started raining. So when it was raining, about 9 p.m., one of the son, the elder, called. I said it's at the circle. So when the rain stops, he will come. But when the rain stopped, so the following morning, 6 a.m., 7 a.m., 8 a.m., he didn't come.
By around 3:34, and you dead bodies no. I am one. I am a bob.
Any auti ye, Ayadisha Bia, Emna Eja, Eto Kwame Nkrumah Circle, our Yahoma Bosomeno, Ewo Efim Pimi no, Ene Edu Enumu, 2015. Emma Nkwenshi si ye ja talk obrani tiri hu nipa bi tiri hu tumi hye emma nipa do na hwere omon kwa no ade hye wondo mani kotu awi se hu de si na mode mu nkyeremu ede asum yeyi na enu achi enna ade hye nso a ejei ehye wonom bi nso edo makosem etu nsentwerefo anim
Femi Alex Mesa ejuma mi e driving work dey na hanom be hye am beti na me ba beto ade oil e wo hanom sei ti me beto oil na nso ni be ka me de me hye filling station go filling station hanom sei ti na ka me twen say nso ni tia na ka me ko data na me ka no sisi other side wonom ti me twen ase nso ni beti no ene ye hye hanom na ye tin say eja ebu oja to hanom ti me dwan na ja no eso mi tim eni menim ene hye ya ti nyankopɔ adom na me ti me pie no fi wonde me hu hwebiem me no so team na 37 hospital. Team me da hospital for almost 9 months. And I'm da 37 hospital.
Selling market at good overhead. We thought that maybe it's a small rain before we can know that the rain was too much. To know that I was living at Accra. So whenever I want to go to Accra, I must pass through the filling station who get born. So I was opposite of filling station before the incident happened. I'm about to run before the fire catch me for the face. So I had to fed into water, then I had to swim in the water and wake up. I took myself to Kulebo Hospital that night. That night was horrible.
And I sat down in my room, no move, and you want because then you say, Namity said, Mitiano, Namasa.
Any me banner me brown, any before. The Adwoa Agyei Sikapa and mechanic hasi, the Ene Begnasi. The Ajnaona, my wife said, Mindani China Misha, a jow, Mindani Minkwana, a Jabeton Tisu, Mehushi Bim. The respected him 37. The Medawa psychologist for Mobam and Janam there, of course, but young can't see my wife no more admission reach, and I miss more 37. The name is me, Jitisa, diabetes chargement and chance, so my wife, Musa for Mephi.
We've been neglected and we've been dishonored.
Any auti ye, Nipa Adisha Bia, Atoyan Chama, Etoye, El Kwame Nkrumah Circle, Finchia Duntemunia. Ejani bi ehye wono makosem ena wati na nsem we mo no ena de akasebo ene openi ono ena oye kwankyerefo openi edima Bureau of Public Safety ne den ede nana yawo aye akwada etwetwe nkoma na wo kyeremu sem enkwanhye na esiye no na ahomete na ya tete ye pa na bapem sam na ye kese ne Ghana ye nsu ahwemfiri mu dada na recommendations ahodo ampenifo ye de betu dwa no nya de ampenifo aye ho bibia o ma no se de tie dada na se ne enya de Ghana mfinhia duntem ni yesua bibi e de afri ato yencha ma eto yen e wo Kwame Nkrumah Circle
Metifie and we starting a media call for interviews before I switched on my TV to look at various images on my screen. Lady Kai Maminfa Sakwenya so na mema ebusafo yakọ woma wohwe wadofo womukrunum womunuanom womma over 150 people omuhwe womunkwa tada nyakopon fa omukra entie ebusafo so mamo ya neto so womo a womunya life threatening or life altering injuries we seen there omuguso sa omo ya ren anyakopon shawon na onpe baby mom. I think the June 3rd has become a blot on the conscience of our nation. And the here say afibiano yebeto kompo ni akohwe niema esiye ni ehwe se aso sakrae kakra bi abamu a ebetimi esi tani ni kwan o se ye ka ni esisu bia se ayareho esan se wo hwe June 3rd fire flood disaster report na niema bebre na se nhihye bebre a benifo edigu akwan senka oman ebetuso anamon na etime sisi sanima no kwan na besi nne ye shedan tuhu anamon titiw bia meka kosi se nedi kan benifo ka se nka yentimi enye bibia ye frɛ no national resilient strategy that plan ene obi enu bibia sa plan ewo ye sanso ka se yemfa nyema entutu akwam ti se national disaster risk reduction framework eno so enye bibia ye bia to Nino, be a social say sanitation force and as a sanitation police also moshe na sanyame na efa bola ya to train basa wo ekromu ni nyina nye bibia yen sheden to man amombia enti ene se obema reporters kra akọ Apakan June 3rd event ni siya uba kun se sakra papa bia mba anama yetu yem enti no na ya rehosema eche se nipa over 150 ehwe won kwa no an hyeda mba mfa so bia man ya koye se ta nipa no omawu owo kwa asoman no yentimi tu so anamon bia ye de bema aboa na bibisa yesi ho kwan daachi
eni a woti yi ayo penny pa no Ona waye kwanchirefo penny Edema Bureau of Public Safety Neden Nana Yao Akwada ena wote nkan na sebesi ye no in fact yemi anim rekure ni awre hododo
May it be an evening star shines
DLFM
Sika Edin Edin pa Sato yenchem ni si na Edin na mbomemre ni ntino yanko yanim na ekirebedi honkomo
Yantoa Kasiabone so na Minister for Works, Housing and Water Resources Kenneth Gilbert Agyei ate a board of directors for from Oberhese nsia edidi djuma wo man yimu na yade ahon sakraye de ebetimi akwa anim se na ebe ya modern monso so na ebetimi abem na akontabuo nso akoso wo man yimu na bra okasa wo dwumadi no koso won kran hanu mu abra na wo san a board of directors yi ana di tuja na ochemu se we ni na aka man ni puntu ho enti board na mbo modern aso betimi aba abedi adwuma soronko pa wo man yimu na nipo ye otitinani awda board nanim Mr. Eric J. Biligu Adama. Sanso ana members no acting managing director Ghana Water Limited Mr. Adam Mutawakilu. Ana Dr. Hadisu Al-Hassan. Sanso na Professor Afishata Mohammed Abujaja. Alhaji Abu Mahama. Mr. Ibrahim Abdul Jali. Agbesi Nuchu sanso na Professor Jasper Ayila Zunu ana Mr. Matthias Kwame Into omuni na aka ho ana omoye board of directors na omo behwe na nso edidi djuma ewo man yimu no bibia ebetimi akosuye na ochema yade a oba nkrokro su a how kese pa ewo honom inti board no hwe no man bedi agone momomodia endi djuma na mo hwe se djuma mu hunim de ne so mo wobi na niam omo beye no ende di pefe no mo hwe se modern monso ombebo no entimi enko nanim ti we ne nsema Minister for Works, Housing and Water Resources Kenneth Gilbert Agyei edeto board of directors awati omofofro so mo mehwe na yinse didi djuma ewo man ni mu no betimi akonenim
yanto akase abo no so de enko piem ewo framantem na de hia wanom ewo poduave ene no Ketu South mensenem ewo framantem wanom nso no egujam esuni adwadwo ene ekoso mpotem ho a wanom ekirem sem emu ayekoma kwasie wanom ayadamuna mako edunum 15 ene nipa bi atumi agbo awrasieye ekotu omu nyina da rabasa ede adwana pe baabi ede afakram na de hye ni kire mo moden ekopie mu asieye honom awana no fiade atwanom kopie ma yampa nunua ne yampa kyese ne emu no matutu nyina de firi adaka nim ena o matam ni nyinada e de esene ne no na de ye kasebo ene honorable David Kwabra eye Kube ono na ye asere member e de ma de hia wanom ewo eye Poduave electoral area to ten command openi kire musem eye no kra pa asem we ni de kanya asi ewo mpotem honom o kire ma we asim pen ba koma ko ba ye nwotwe de be dia esi a wonom hu de kudie ntia nipa bi ebo made tu sa na mabone sa asere member e kire mu a ana no fiade omo hunu se sa ansem no asi pa na o kire mu a baby a wonom amusie ne wono ehwo de mafu pa se obi we mu kosie na wonom no do ho nti se koba se obi wi ne ho kwhye wonom a enya de a wonom ebehuno wasansa ka se kire mu sem ye kese no ayade ampanifo ahyase ekọgbo aposifo amane a wonom egu so eyem hwehwemu osase kire mu se kronangasa so apa wo ye wodo committee a wonom hwehwemu ageban atoban elevuze be ye hwafuo no wahyesa mkodo do honom nyina na honom nye pefe se be beboa na enipa bi ntumi wi no ho enkotu amu bio wasaka sa kire mu a na nsu oto no no su se bia nsu na tonti na nam so emba nipa bi fa mu a wonom akokotu amu na mekese eyem hyehye ede beto ade hye a one more to south mensino emono esode same say etudi ekesebo anim
later part of last month yes the town force I asked them to report it to the police. Bushy, the cemetery is bushy. I asked the town force to do a communal labor and clear the place. Yes, so that is the first thing. Apart from that, we also plan to form some watchdog committees.
Oh, okay.
Yes. That is what the town force we plan doing now.
Oh, okay.
The place is bushy. It's a cemetery for the whole community called Borove, but the place is isolated from the town. And they left it there. It's very bushy. Anytime there is a dead body to be buried, before you see them doing something there to bury the person, that's all.
So has anybody been arrested?
Nobody. We didn't suspect anybody.
Oh, okay.
Because the thing didn't happen in the daytime.
Oh, okay.
We also suspect that it will be in maybe during rainy time. Because if it is raining, people cannot come out. But those people who plan bad, they can be in need and do their bad things. Oh, okay. So that is what we realize here. Yeah. But we didn't suspect anybody.
Any awuti asem member the man this year. One ewo Poduave no waketu south mensenem. Ne den ede onimnyamfo David Kwabra Kube nene awuti ye.
Yantua Kasia Bonesana Frank Davis, a member or legal team Momujina Ediama Enkane, a finance minister Ken Oforiata, and Okasetia, a office of special prosecutor Jumedia Audio Chess and Yadia Hotokrana, in Chaye, Essence, Adentin or Mode a Yankata, Ediabre OSP say, a Ken Oforiata and home Faneka Crantin, a Yadia want to me into Quine, Nemo, a ye OSP Asaba Montes, Ababoko say, second Oforiata and one Homodia Amba, Nasa. Obey on betimi atoto na no matimi amanhwehwemu akoso a odinidin ebeka ye Interpol red notice list for ho ana o chem se dwumedia wo didi anya de etwa ye kra na ogidi pastor muni na etiase se aye homobobo so me ne de to so mienu e wo mfimpi mienu ne aduonu num no eya de on bebo modia na o ma ba be hia se ne be ya ano ntoto ye no ebetimi akoso no matimi adi omudwuma ne ye na emom sesi ano eya de akenofori atanso ne ho mfane a oja ya resab inti ade inti ana OSP ade nkrata brel no asamba abonte so abekeka sansem we dia wo ye de enya de etwa yodi nsem say edituja.
You see, if you work, if you are entrusted with administrative discretion as a public officer, that discretion should be exercised judicially, with fairness, with reasonableness, and what may not with capriciousness and arbitrariness. On the back of all of this, there is a matter pending in court, and I believe you are aware. The matter is in the Human Rights Court. It's declaring Kanoforiata as the wanted person, a fugitive from justice. It's a matter which is in court. It has been argued. The special prosecutor argued his position through his lawyers. Kanoforiata, we also argued our position. The matter has been adjourned to the 18th of June for a ruling. The office of the special prosecutor themselves put it on their Twitter account that there's a ruling on the 18th of June. So what is this indecent case? Declare him and put him on a red alert notice. What is the intention? Is it to subject Kanoforiata to ignominy? Is it to subject him to indignity? Oh, but Article 23 and 296 of our Constitution, if it's read together, clearly points to the fact that the office of the special prosecutor is not being fair. I mean, even if you disagree with the reasons that have been given in light of the medical evidence, in light of the suggestions that have been made, and this matter is in court. This information of his medical condition has been brought to the attention of the court. Why don't you wait for the 18 to 10 days? Then when the court gives a ruling, you can decide to do what you want to do. But you nevertheless decide that you are even the slightest of cases of responding to the letters, to the letter from it. So it means that the lawyers don't matter to you. You are a king and a god unto yourself.
Any auti ye Frank Davis so ye member of legal team omujina ediama enkane finance minister Ken Oforiata.
Yanto akase bono so de bonfa nwura mwe e wa so afo no e na wo hwe na atena ye obodie mu nyansepe e na afin so abefo kwan ye fa so edi juma mechire minister of environment, science, technology and innovation Dr. Ibrahim Mutala Mohammed edensem edatoje chirimu a enanimu yada ehu behia pasen kibom kese mapa betimi abeda abanyuma na afrin so enkwankwa nyuma ntem na tumi aboa na mpuntudwuma etimi akosoma Ghana sikasem so etimi akoranim o chiremu se na mekese no government ministries ahodo research institutions academia and private sector no edu baabi antetimu pa na ekoso chiremu eba ne sa entimi nkonkane emanyuma ahodo ene mpuntu a Ghana pe no entimi embamu kram or they said to ja emla dwumadi o mu dia na asem titire da so ne sem bridging the gap to improve Ghana's innovation and research commercialization ecosystem for economic development. Dr. Mutala Mohammed kasem no chirem sene odi ya opapapa everisene wo hwe Ghana banwuma kase wo manyim ene yankwankran nwuma momade tenase ede o madwen no msusuepa ede ne mapa ba bonten so ne du ba bia enkwahu behia se nhwuma hodo o mahye no wombetimi ni abanwuma anasa abanwuma so nhwuma hodo o mahye no wombetimi ni yankwankran nwuma ka bomba ko sesebe boba kuma de na bom de dwuma na akwanim no man yakoyanim ewosikasem ene mpuntum nanso ochirema kopiam abanwuma ma obi aye de ope obekọ no na nwuma aban enwuma na ye no enada nso na yankwankran nwuma so eye ochirem se ba ne sa emmom man yankoyanim ene mpuntu ahodo aye pe no yensa entimi enkra so minister kasa na ochirem se ema obo anan kopiemu awa abanwuma ahodo ene yankwankran nwuma na nyema nkasa ono nkasa de nani hu ne ye no ochirem apa na hadwenye pa minister akase echirem sem ade abakọ bebo na Ghana yakoyanim empunto ni hyepa konkan ne sem aban gusu gba dwumade so beboa na gitahudie mapa etuma beto aban ene ankwankwa dwuma ntem na bo nhwe mapa wono mo ye no etuna won de dwuma momen yetimi akoyanim Dr. Mutala Mohammed kasem ene wo chirem sem susohu ene suahunu bia wa ye ne hwema wa ye chirem sem Council for Scientific and Industrial Research ye trinity kan say CSIR wama maden ene asohwe manga ne humasia so mechire Ministry of Education aka bom edima bia eba mechire say hygienic efa hwehwem mapa o maye edefa hunidie ena venso enuane hodo ye na manga nem beka bom apoa mayene ankase ye de sika to nuane ye na manga nem ede kwakoye school feeding program na bom men yakwa ni momputom ye nti sika nkoto nuane wa bonten anasa mano ne ma e men ye moka denti sawe beboa na nkwankwa na badwuma ka bom ye ni si o men beka yanim e wo mputom odi nsem sei ede tuja.
Institutions do not talk to each other. That's a fact. When I say talk to each other, not as in a quarrelsome posture, but you can find one institution doing the same thing and another institution doing, a similar thing. I mean, if there is that coordination, because whatever we are doing here, whatever, the outcome of the forum is going to be, it will be useless if we don't find a way to implement them. And the way we can implement them is when institutions are talking to each other. I told you, I visited some of the institutions and I realized that a lot of the institutions are doing certain things that other ministries and agencies can take advantage of. I'll give an example. When I went to CSR, their Food Research Institute, we were able to strike a deal because the food they produce, some of the food which is hygienic, safer, and which is even good to be used in terms of the nutritional level of such foods. I spoke with my colleague, the Minister for Finance, and I had interaction with my senior brother, the Honorable Minister for Education. And they have agreed this year that CSR should provide some of the meals for the school children in the school feeding. For me, that is wonderful. Even that the school feeding, they were largely dependent on foreign foods. The directive of His Excellency, the President, for me, is wonderful. That look, school feeding, give the money to the various schools, let them spend the money in the local market. Buffer stock, don't buy imported food. Not more, don't buy imported food. In 2016, we were spending a little over $500 million importing rice and poultry products into this country. By 2024, we're spending over $3 billion. It simply doesn't make sense on things we have the capacity to produce. The example I gave, the Pozzolano cement, It was something that was invented here in Ghana. And Meat Fufu was done by CSR. So
and the Quackramo no, I don't mean young for Mutala Mohammed Kassem and which him say make say no. Say Abenuma, any young crown crunuma, Ekabomba, which I sabi, Waba Kuma de Babuapa, or Chirema. Research, I would do a Numa Kobia no, and who ben ya pa say. Won't bet me, dear, do you make some make a say no. Or mut me a research, and Shemapa, a Buapa, and answer. And you may crowd us on Bacabo Muntino, or Munfani, you may go on Manfa Subia, Mas, which Rema. Ghana Bank, Ghana Man Penny, John Dramani Mahama, Aya Kradwa. Oba Jumaden, Adwoa se obe creative platform ba kwa beboa. Na de aban nyuma titru ene research institutions akodo no. Academia and afen so aban ni ankwankwa nyuma ka bomba kwa poa. Ama findings en hwema do omde ye na boa magana omen yakwa ni mpuntum. NFI Sikasem, and so what say.
We are creating the platform for the research institutions and academia and the private sector to be brought together so that they can take advantage of the huge outputs already. Thousands of researches have been done and the outputs are left in the shelf. No one is using them. I remember when COVID came. Nuguchi said they needed 20 million Ghana cedis and they could come out with their own vaccine. The government was not interested in that. President Mahama is giving his commitment, and that is why he asked me to go ahead with this research forum. He takes it as his baby and he will do everything possible to support. Research is something that we are not giving much attention to as people, as a continent. The Lagos Declaration was 4 decades, 40 years ago. Heads of states and leaders of African countries gathered in Lagos, Nigeria, and they all pledged that they were going to advance at least 1% of their GDP on research. Unfortunately, they couldn't do that. Average is 0.42%. Ghana, ours is 0.36%. President Mahama is giving his commitment. Now, what we need to do is, when we create this platform, there are a lot of investors who may be willing to get into that investment.
And here, what ye, ayo swafo no, and a show man Ghana yatna ye. Abodi emu nyansepe na afi abefo kwan ye faswa ye dijuma ne den e de Dr. Ibrahim Mutala Mohammed na wote ni kama ne boy ye nsem kire ni Samuel Opoku na de amane boy ebesom ye na ye nyina weswe ne ye moma dwenche ne taw na akase bo no ye munu komu se pon na we every comfort maintain us good evening o si din ye comfort mate Sammy B ni Agyei Sikapa se ye bo adwumadin yi pa obo adwumadin no hwe live ready fresh shaman B3 US yada se awon piaga pagade abaso wo hwe live yada se kofi parliament rem so wo hwe live yada se kofi sanso na be chada hwe so wo hwe live wa biatum e DJ Ghana man fide ni so honum na Ghana fo nyina tie kase bo na di free e na comfort man TV se Ghana fo nsuro hwi wani mutumi tutumu emu free form Ghana fo mo offer fui de mu ye ntebebo a Ghana ni ya ba won chia se meda ho ni 30 seconds wo ba ye monitor office time na so anesa Framantemu voter region nimpa bia kotutu no maako 15 o maako tutu e de ko enti se otikura ante se ngofa asifu yi e bo bra bi se ya Ghana ni wote ho aya adwene be na ba trim se nimpa tumi akotutu amu maako 15 e de ko de e ko na mo de se ifunu we ko akoye wote wana tinsim ya adwene be na ba trim 0534050199 0593406565 oba no waba ne tel ne yakwa fize ye bere no ekoyi pa me wo fa sibe ni
hello
me wo fa sibe ni black kwa me dodoa
black kwa me dodoa good evening
meji uso senior bone tel me yankwa 30 seconds
ayo but wo mo tutu fo no we say you chese kan no o se kan no o mo so bu dan ya de ba yo so mo ye na yo boda ya de ba yo
okay
obi black white
me da se pa bra kwa me majo
yajo wafa
Dexon Bada kon droba achimed kro champion mentio
ya mission ya dima pa bo me Kristo no mangana akwa na etene se o se ya si mu obi a wopon wafa so epeniska e bi esusu se enya kwam papa so na enya de panso because adi bia wo ye bia nko ya so tokuru me yen e dan danya otu bededi wo nya yansa na wo hu apa bye bye
me da si pi majo
kojo da mi
oh sa kwade atama committee 11 champion mentio
ajuma majo
ya jo super sak
mo mu pa Ghana fo sese no ajin ben kwa na wo yi
insure hu krum ha o
sese first ye ka se obie wu kwa na ansa na wo ko ayie na se kwa no ne hu wom mi kai mi sha ko fobia ye se ohimi bia wu ye ka ye shedem
1 week enkolani empie na mutimi koko tu efun aden oni nyame nyaju
me da se pa sa kwade se won so bo ewura mu ye fa ye last kwara na ya soro se fi se time no enya so ani sa 0593406565 0534501999 framante mu efunu mako dunum 15 ena nimpa bia kotutu ni nyinada e de kure rabasakra majo
ana kwanso
kwanso a SK Dodoa champion meyentio
ya openi oze Ghana kafano aye kodu bebie ni nsempa di agoro ena fa so fi ya hemfo na empenifo no ase efunu tutui start wo Ghana ha enye newo Nka mana nka SK ya bodo na de ndua na ebu FCC cement na ndua na mana yekusu nu ti ebubu se ndua ni na afi wo na nka o ma no ye ntobo na komo to fence wo fa wo ana gate down and ngobi eku
SK wo se de front tutu
mese se cement ya ye ni am klasi fui cement wo klasi na mo de ndua ye suku kutu
ma tepa na wo ka se wo ni ya botra wo ka se bo si front tutu e ho na ya mesere kakra no
Bisi front tutu o sate enye newo Ghana ye start de tutu furi yende
achapa
ate ayo fuye bomoni eguso ndo ni fuso bomoni eguso
asemo
itinka be ya gebe se ni ma himfo ni committee from brone na so no na ko mu no do sie ho nyina kama no mu bundu ya no na ko ma ne to fence onye den infa won gate nda no obi be wo ya ko bie ni esie re ya atumu nka tadi we na nka sweka
medase
yongos na ya ba ne ni briske
medase SK ya me kira o Kasiabono ye de asi emusemufo ne ya maize meberantwe ne se mo ede ema yen the nations MC kofite de ekopie mo e wo Facebook so makasibo ya homfoni any videos akodo nyina ehwe ye DJs Gibi ye senior technician on duty akenkanfo me no ye si peteprembe so manimbre no ede ameje so ye takwado godwokrum twabe go de hyekonkron Nhyiraba Kwadwo Sammy bi mahoteden ene ehunso mpone me ne me wo fa ase
Adwoa Agyei Sikapa.
Yes, also, I'm Apakan G8. Obesnase, no dia komamba so nsema hodo enkan su no. Aba besme omu nyina mu enitia adehye.
Ba tra ron ko de se sha uku. Meme baba. Munna muka ho be mo be papa, mo papa. Ye de ako ni kasa mo se ye de ako omu de ako ade me ungrateful omu de ko management committee. Management committee ye de ko no. Mimi ni bebe na management committee de free here. Ansa na mi ko e de na ko itu ampaso. We did what we can. Between Nigeria and Kumasi, throw with Nigeria in Abuja. Son of Ghanaian na OGD check e make me qualify including me, but yet me dear me tina me pay for na ye for me here in a say ya me be agumama me ka about chikano ni bi I have finished up I give me man go school but my go Arabic school o me kick back na me ko je na dey say the catch
DL Power Sports e mo ade e jawo dead
DL Power Sports on DLFM 106.9.
Power Sports. The word there. It's Jawo. Dead.
Brandagbe wotro ya melegbe durano vinyo fogbeto fio gamado wotro ya chamegba no sports ye metwogbono yimenko enyu DL Power Sports update mede kukuno wotro ya la yo madana grona made na amesia mekrepomoto fio no chome radio adra DL 106.9 sports adimila yeme no wotro ya metwogbono tamede kukuno radio a ngba delegia nanenogia anyami ganjobi tuebole bo no koye Facebook ke YouTube bekene menga bo hefia no yo bekene ube she watashie kun wake sports ne ba egba DL Power Sports Update me kwa fai gbeke na ni ochemoko ni mokwa kemoko ni mofia moke radio afo DL 106.9. Good evening to our cherished listeners and viewers watching us live across all our social media platforms. Tuesday evening, we are back on your radio. We are bringing you DL Power Sports Update. So please don't hesitate to call a friend to tell a friend that DL Power Sports Update is airborne live now on DL 106.9. Busia, mamenyina wesuna na nyumre obuo awobraseni ni die kwanso mema wa dwoma wa kwaba. Baby bia wo bia mbepiem wonkram pumpuri mantem. Ene Ghana ajatum kasafidie kase ba akopeso. DL ohani nsia achiri ponkron. Branda enyumre mrewe du agude momrante yesi enkunya agude monsama woro eko twine eko breman nianka nso nia waso ntie nia wonya nkyiremu papa ne yatrasia yedi nkyiremu papa ne babesomo eya agudie wonsama ebu mfumpadi adanadane eni adencheche yakope yedi amasemufo waje bratnas wewu so aso ne sokrogen intebani nyina wayefim ni akedi osie modu otiefo edi tie sa wote ohwefo edi hwehwe na yen okafo nso no edi kase ya kan ya turidin DL Power Sports Update abusia ya tasen samana boa no ya bone bede bebia wo bia tami kuchu ya besane mu edi agufam edi amao na yamfa seda kase ma adwumaku a enne enwumere wo musoe mu ema yedi DL Power Sports Update ba seda kase no enkoma adwumaku a ye from Lumba ensupa na ebusia Lumba ensupa ye nsu abadwama nso a emote eye kama emode Food and Drugs Authority edi afom fidium aye nhwehwema dia tum sendei wo be piem wa Ghana na wo pensu a onuma emode na ye kama na ko ni paduanu ma enkofo how bia mre ne mom no edi asumdwe na bebro de no ani Lumba ensupa ni jasamne se Lumba ensupa no ye wone bottle ene ne sachet enti mu a ebia mo mpe sachet no ubenya bottle ebia wo no pese o je sachet ni bi na oti ano na bogu ubu a enu nso ubenya be enti ne nso ayanom no enu ani Lumba ensupa fiefiem mo mfa bi ngu mu fridges mo boys na ma sha brabo na se ene mo amu hostel mu ni fridge o de oji a factory down emu bedwo na watumi abobo na bibia e kama enkwara ne ko school a mo mfa bi enhye mo bag mo bottle no na omo mfa nko dwumade bia wudi bia no fa bi esom wa hoho enu achi nso mo amotonton so Lumba nsupa no ena mo ntonkrofo beto na mudwa na mudi no etumi atumpon bibia fa nsu aya no mo de ebusia no ani Lumba nsupa ya to apete enkran ha wo dansoma ne mpatem madam abanyame chakache obenya bi ewa Pietus Lane oben Lumba Sport no 0557 349-401 and of Fankone and Pate Mama Vic Akache our Sport M Washing Bay from Mama Vic our 0500 680-783 Lumba Suparupe Biatoa DLFM Yakachi Ewon Crime Agbogba Junction yani Wisconsin International University no NAD and Wishe Bora Yakachi and reception Obia Babetun will be on in Dinkomo Selpe Lumba Spani Biato both bottle and Asa Shobe Guido now where to me and Yabiato Ebia Obe now TM and then you peso a distributor and now Fabi Goo shop now ton and now would you be peso order be now the Kodia friend numbers way a 0350 no about 5 miansa 274757 0555 274757 and 0577 475343 Lumba Supada Roma or the NSC Agongong and now you DL Power Sports Update yet down a good winsome a fie a bibrum and a bruni cross so dear as a Dacasian Comaminia Kwame from Baby Obiano Kwame Fumeta in 7 Eba Champion Kofitela Facebook YouTube social media or the Atwo Benyabi Ashe Ewo DLFM 106.9 Miametia Kunya Kesiemo Eba Pro and someone dia good from the amount no e dia meje so no eye ayensuano de hye Apakan GH the blessed kiyentie we emfam prapra kwam yaba ebesi fam na ya tuja enanwure eden samano de asomo
Apakan GH wode nyansa de wadiawo wo interview wo kasai wa hobrase wo radio mu kire se wo yo pabe ne wo radio mampa enti
Ebusia yanka jangumana yamfa ensamano emfa maria yanshase emfa the senior women's national team the Black Queens of Ghana akache Ghana yamma national team no empenifo a ewo mu no enti yendi wo mo nkomane yansha ensamana se emfa fifie emfa ma yewia ne ya de broni cross so dia no e de atoa so dia ma dia enanwumre ebo no nson ken a wo hofe Boanya Stadium ewo Abidjan Ivory Coast no onim said the Black Queens of Ghana eboabo mo Senebeya Women's African Cup of Nations no omo kopiase anyama ebetumi akoye ediama dano ada omni Ivory Coast kroya no ebo eye friendly game back we akire no na obi ahye ne yonko eka miensa second game na nwumire no nson baso na Black Queens of Ghana ahead of that game na baso no and our coach Edema Black Queens your friend Kim Last Bioka Green edi nkomo echirema o se preparation no mo game no very good no hwe anim se o betumi abo another game enanwumire no mo de abo mo sene be ya o mo ko man afko na nyama betumi akoye edi amam no se nanwumire no obey changes kakra e wo kwan faso ball and after so starting 11 no obey nsakra kakra wom Kim Last Bioka Green.
The preparation have been really good. Finally some trainings and meetings together. We only had one before the first game, but now we have been together for a few days, so I think it will help, and I'm really, like always, looking forward to play again. We'll do some small changes in how we play, and a couple of changes in the starting 11. We were thinking that we did a few good things, but we also learned from the game, and we think that we can create more chances.
Kim Last Bioka Green coach Adema Black Queens of Ghana na busia watenenka ahead of game and anwumire no nson omone Ivory Coast bebo na yedi unkomo de achiro yempiem ewa bibrem de yempiem ewa Tanzania na opiem ewa Tanzania kachia bobo kwa efam Siginda Black Stars o makache na yedi yeni achire eho na yimano kayeke former Asante Kotoko Ash Good na bobo kwa efane Samates on Medford Osinakan yani ni di unkomo na yebisanse yimano kayeke se ode Tanzania leg ne toto Ghana de no a ensonsoya ben na dem na so piem awa Tanzania sikasem osoro quality osoro professionalism osoro park na yesu so akan no eye papa e de chen Ghana de nti o kan nyina boma obeka se Tanzania leg no osoro kakra de chen Ghana de no
Like say sikasem no osoro chen Ghana so professionalism no so as I'm respect players no pick na papa so and so osoro chen Ghana you see as what you say quality no so osoro because race Africa U23 younger profile for federation and this year so same as I call almost confederation final it should tell you say league no osoro
Yimano Kayake a former player Edema Ash Good Kumasi Asante Kotoko and Samates and a wedding komo Edia Ghana and Tanzania Leginenson Edema yet me Eddie and when somebody amount Ghana Football Awards nominations no et me abetoja a dos ye pa in the room our female a team of the year na Benya police ladies a black damsels na wenya black a maidens and a hat of folk omumba team ni nyina ekika on ene no club CEO of the year no ubenya Kwame Dankwa Twumese CEO the Nation Service Mami DCOP Lydia Donko police lady CEO and a Heart of Lion CEO Dr. Radiabe and our friends honorable John Peter Meu and then Bobo Kwe friend of Hawaii United or Musi Omunano or Mudin Ewo my other one some of the amount channels for me say Ghana Football Awards nominations no etumi to dwa yedi unkomo the actual division 1 league no yamfa yeninche oni yendi enkomo emfamadia onim say nansia na medebeto anim say Bobo Kwa ye friend Hawaii United wo zone 3 no ma qualify the aba Ghana Premier League no and a zone 2 nso no wenya Swedro Blacks o ma qualify the aba after 16 years and offense zone 1 no and the obenya techima 11 wonders o ma qualify the ba na zone 2 no and zone 3 ne ya twen say GF no e confirmation no ebeba enwumire ya GF no e atum so officially no Bobo Kwa ye fra no Swedro All Blacks no officially after 16 years no GF a confirm so ma qualify ba Ghana Premier League no from zone 2 and a zone 3 so GF a confirm say officially nde obi abetumi aka say Hawaii United a qualify omo ba be bobia ye de wonsam de atu anim enso Ghana Premier League na busia onim say na otwen games ekoso na game ba ko ekoso anyina se between Basekoli Stars any nations and wonsem bubruja na before me baso na me de wonsem na beso mo men run through games and awtwe toja resort to toja Asante Kotoko 3 Mediama 2 Legon City 0 Heart of Folk 2 Brekum Chelsea 2 baby any Go Star 3 and Akara United 3 Young Apostle 0 Accra Lions 0 Dreams 2 Samates 2 Adriana 1 and Heart of Lions 2 Bechem United 1 Ebusia Basekoli Stars any nations of the game no yambo nwie essence nations chira omo kopie mu ewo eye enyina se no omo supporters yamo menrago pramane so omo si omo to ticket yesi ya omo nto enu achi omo bo game no referee ne je penalty bia na enye penalty enu achi no omo hwe atmosphere na ewo na omo nse dabi omo safety eye danger na nations ya omo adwen so omo mbo game ni bi nti game no amana wieye na Dr. Kwame Che his honor na air president Edema Bobo Kwefe Nation FC osi ni esi da no kwasiada wa nyina se no ohu bi da enkrofo aka first time na odi nani ehu na we die na odwene manfo no omo nkwa dan eye 3 point any say beji league essence nansen a yehu ni esi wo nsu atre enti na game no o ma nto aso no
you are the lifu ya de na mahusa nkofo ka o na are no usa bo wa mi agbe betu le point ya betu no wunya no league na beji no beji league ama di pa wudi e de league no e finisa e ka bo football club me jan shame che for football ya pima le mo timi akujira police
Dr. Kwame Chen Watenenka na Nana Sapon ene kasade ma nations of supporters no mo na ekọ a yesi ya mo mu nwram ni ade ye bisa Nana Sapon se Nana Sapon mo kopie mu anyina se da no kwasiada against Basekoli Stars ede yankasa na esi ya game no mambo biem ede na mo de ye mo nkyerɛkyerɛ mu den na Basekefo no ede ye mu nation fo no
that's from Ghana na de ya dia mombo na asefna reho enso ede ma Association of Football. It's actually you could do honor. In the first place, we move chat ticket 20 cities, but support the serum in the chat 20 cities. But the Enquiry drew honor almost 50 cities and on the DA. So you 50 cities here and so supporters will now stranded but you Dr. Kwame it's honor it drew honor or can it's 28 million and at the my chat ticket now you do that was near 54 supporters. Any child room. You child room, or catch say, Mabia and Fama, your drums, or me for drums in room. It's your drums, or mammy and fame room. Now, I'm not a room on Minia. To say, I can not Jeffrey rules and regulations said by say, a home to provide our waiting, baby, a winner. She acquired only the edge, I know the edge now. So finally, on the could not be the attacks on quick man could bad and sick.
Na Nana Sapon Twanin Samson or say, and yen ye decaying. Ena oma ko Basekoli Stars ewo omufie wa we asi o se mno mo division 1 no omo ko obia say ya ena Basekoli Stars ede ye omo
ena mind you this is not the first time I incident with BSC between Police Stars and nation them there be omo ba ye homa on the ball no ma bon kama no omo ko ba ye ko division 1 ye qualification you call the same incident they see the same incident they see no you withdraw match them a referee on the day Equal can send the life was at stake into our more my board the previous day and Monday in general I'm not could do on that and then we any amount of these supporters of DLFM no that is say the best are the best the big Peter said the worst are no more chance no also more kata na any cheating your pay it want to say now be our teaching at home kata na beka say almost say almost one can say so almost show so good yeah let the day on the way that's a year said yeah and that's the so my mujaji so the panel that take out and Rebecca say and another was say you put be a supporters ever she was here p like yeah p penny bear a come the fire and it's here p a crowd and I was here to study more a quick police station a boy and
Nana Sapon nekasa edema nations of Siachita for near see down kwasiada e Basekoli Stars fie no ena wa chereche mo na DLFM ya sports na de e sika nufanu etwa bankum na etwa nimfa enti ye ntie nations of Sinkuoma no asem Mr. Samuel Ahoma ena ye Western Regional RFA chairman Basekoli Stars team no ono ena ye president ye bisa ni se chairman eden na esi down kwasiada ena o se ye mbisa nations of Sifo no Mose mobile no na insecurity na bibia koso no mo hwe amunye insecure no obi amunye insecure ade na mo start game no kra ansa na edu baabi na mo se mo mbobiem se nka mudu won a mo se venue no eye insecure no se nka mo park mo nyama na mo kwa denti na mo se ho ye insecure no mo kobo game na edu baabi ansa mo se mo mbobiem
o can say insecurity or park or inadequate of security personnel bo se o ko bo no se insecurity one identity na wo share gymnasy identity na wo share gymnasy me for France wa ji fe di abano ansa na security bo na kasana we have security coordinator police and then awaiting meeting to be sure the number of security be able to through ansana mabese bonus na so when we say we na adink na we share bonus
Mr. Samuel home atwane Samson odi tudwa say we are say there o ana waka no kre nation service for no masa enye insecurity bia na amoma mbo game na wie emra ombo game ni nyina no mo monitor say baby any go stars against Brekum Chelsea akosan ya no mo hu say baby any go stars a share 3-2 against Brekum Chelsea baby any go stars beji league no e no mo share da ye omo zan omo mo game ni biem na enye insecurity bia e na amoma mbo game na wie
me say o can say nko fund we not safe I say because of a league inti obibewu inti na ojai ball men can say enye no kore me nya adwen we menyu ni say omo yebo ni nyina they will also omo the other team between Brekum Chelsea and Gostars make me can say omo scores ntina the work about
Mr. Samuel Homa mayembi saw yet self supporters no eya baseke supporters mo de wonsa keka nation service owner Dr. Kwame Chemobo no na mo atake Dr. Kwame Che na no say ono de wanhu bibisa ena wanti bibisa se bibisa akoso a enka wanhu mpo a enka obete
was Kwame Che ni we ya me no credit me antesa omubai Dr. Kwame Che obai no ofre me on phone na mo takrade I said you want to meet me to mo and a football just say enemy I got there that time we do it was I think 3-5 or 3-6 me who obi me won here the back game and you didn't come out mention your papa and the more can say more attack me name time more attack but so more attack now
ne krakra mo no Mr. Sawala Homa mayembi saw TV crew na buy no afa TV for mo so say game no mama o manyi arentina mama afa TV for na yi game no and o say team bia ye be you game a GFN no platform de to so say game we TV for be yi na wanya notification bia kire say Basketball Stars any nation on ba be yi enu nti na afa TV for no alata mwemwe o mama manyi game no
asana ombeshu match bia o life no you will see your platforms nation is your most yengina your owners of the class you also into your mother to say this week we na eko and yengina any live match bia wo enzema wo western region bia okay nyama second it can say oni afafo na buy ono mo coin now when the graduate when the man permission post on come agenda na no mo wonti omode afa ekoye e waso se na ti o e di mraso into obi amfa na pe enye bibia even say all the afa na different television pobekwa you need to get permission from the GFE man kwan and now mo wi am on na mo koye so mo wi am won say di o mo ye kamna kana offense
Ghana football in the ye da ensem fo say ya sabe ana mo amo say league mo nko so answer na nsen ya ana mo ku obi won so atrepole ye nka ho asem we still mo guso amoye Mr. Techian aka Tender team official edema Aduana Football Club o say dan wada nia esi we nyina se between Bobo Kwefeni Nations and Basketball Stars no o say antwa ye kura sanse nanse ya na bisi won so atre ye nka nwie na we nso akosi dia obeka se ntwa ye kura na mo no de obeka se security arrangement on the day no na nkoye and kofa we nyina bae
my all the videos surrounding this match, but I think that it was rather an unfortunate spectacle. The Niposi Kumasi Apakan, Akupium Onyanasi, now supporters number about 48. I'm sure a great place to Mamu here. Now we are almost a young time among your born of the Mumpi. I think that and saying the security when I more put in place yesterday was not the best.
Mr. Techian Tuanen Samson was in Nations decided say omu mo game ni biem no omu kofie no enye first time ebisi ni enti yensusu nka na kotoko aye bida ash gold crampo o ma ye bida na emomo nation fo no na nkensi se mo yam adwen se game no mo mbo biem na senka mo bom wi a na mo ye protest na se mo decide se mo mbo game ne de emra no eni mu bedi entumi nka bi ma mo.
The first time, team the Agyei Bob, the here mobile, it's happening to us at the Kotoko, and Heart of Lions, those days. Ash Gold, Embassy, and any days, not those days. Of your boy, first half of the year, Saturday, they were being coached by an expatriate coach, almost got to Enquiries. But apart what you need to go, nations, I've listened to me among the watch it. You play the match under the because you went to play my technical meeting. On some of the 70 policemen ever. The most started ball now, 70 policemen in your you need to complain to the match commissioner. But who started ball now? If you were out there, Japanese one, take on one into mobile here. I don't think the Emrano everything with you.
Mr. Techian intend and a crack criminal see Dr. Kwamichi. Say okay, so more league in the BMD. A buffon or the casa and share investment a wire or Ghana football on Jindi. Say Dr. Kwame Chebeka say more Ghana bobium. Bufo and all the casa. I know him so training won't feel leg in ma. I so train and so ever.
Not that I know. Okay, at the hit of after the other we are the kind of open, but they will not withdraw. So someone in the consequences. Overdraw. The two is what the man I don't think that the other man has to work the kind of investment I don't think of it. So I withdraw from the league.
Mr. Techian, aka Tender, general manager the Madriana Football Club. Ni adano kwesiada ACE ewo enyinase ka bobo kwa ye freno Basketballistas and Nations